Well, if it works, is it wrong? Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm just over here clearing my head from this electric motor project. Just sizing up the base and the lower drive pulley, getting ideas for how I'm going to build a frame to attach under this and mount the electric motor to, and so I can belt up to that step pulley there and drive this whole drill press. But nothing fresh is coming to my head, so I guess I better go over and start rigging this motor. So here's my setup. I've got the bell attached to a chain, and it's suspended way up there off the beam of the overhead. I took the slack off of the chain fall, because what I'm going to do, I'm taking this brass punch and a hammer, and I'm going to go around the corners of the stator housing, trying to pound that down while this bell is supported by the chain. I got the chain fall backed off because I don't want to put a shock load on the chain fall itself by hammering. So I got my old Pacific Northwest logger chain that I've had for 40 years, holding that up. So I'm going to start pounding on this and just see where it goes. I got a block of wood under there in case this thing lets go. There's a couple 3 inches of clearance there, and in case that lets go, it's just gonna not fall but a couple inches and land on wood. The beatings will continue until morale improves. So I beat the living daylights out of this thing, and then I flipped it over 180 degrees and beat the living daylights out of it again to the point of mushrooming and bending the heck out of my brass punch. But guess what? It has moved about a 1/16 of an inch. That shaft is starting to disappear down into that bell. So, as we used to say in the shipyard, get a bigger hammer. Okay, the end bell is now clear of the stator housing. About an 1/8 of an inch gap there. And this thing is still fighting me. The armature is glued to the stator, which is not a good sign. I'll know more once I finish beating this apart, but somehow or another the armature got welded to the stator, and I mean it is moving very slowly, but not a good sign. We'll see more once I get this beat apart. Well, I misspoke. The armature is free from the stator, but the shaft itself will not turn. So I must be dealing with a bearing frozen to the shaft, I'm guessing. But I'm going to pause here. Since this is loose, I don't want to do any more hammering because something's stuck. I want to figure out what exactly is stuck, so I don't inadvertently damage something just by trying to beat this apart. So, I mean, this is progress. Man, I've been working on that for a day and a half. It's brutal, but it's something. Well, well, well. There's a set screw hiding back in there. Man, I don't know if I can get to that or not. I'm going to try and back that off because these end bells aren't moving anymore. Then maybe clamp down on the shaft going through the armature and sticking up the whole works. Talk about getting your cardio. Man, my poor brass punch is about done along with my arm. So before I break anything I don't want broken, I'm pausing to think this over. I reached out to Benko Vintage Machine Works, another YouTube channel. He's a good young guy. He does a lot of antique electric motor refurb and overhaul on his channel. So I'll leave a link in the description below for his channel. But I reached out to him and explained my dilemma. He was thinking there might be a burr on the shaft or a little bit of rust, and to just, keep oiling it and just keep working slowly at it. And he says, you got to be careful with the end bells. They're cast iron. They can crack, and I don't want that to happen. Viewer Thomas Pollock also suggested that, hey, hunt around and see if I can find an exploded diagram of this motor to help me understand the innards of it to see what might be hung up. And lo and behold, again, Benko Vintage Machine Works said, well, hey, Keith Rucker's site, vintagemachinery.org, happens to have quite a write-up on this very motor and same series, KS motors, and with a nice exploded diagram. So let's look that over. So I've got a complete 9-page write-up with diagrams on this motor, direct from General Electric Company back in the day. I got this off of the vintagemachinery.org website. So here's an exploded view of the motor. I am thinking that it's either this clutch key right here, stay focused, goes in the keyway on the shaft here, or this plug bearing, or a combination of the two. I think that's what's holding me up. I think that's what's stuck. Like I said, the armature and the stator are free of each other. The end bells, I can spin the whole thing, but the shaft remains stuck. So that's the dilemma. I'm hiding out inside the house here because we got a thunderstorm outside with cloud to ground lightning. So not a good time to be out in an all-metal shop, if you know what I mean. Well, moving forward, I think what I'm going to do, I'm not giving up on this motor yet, but it's turning into a long-term project. And I don't know when this thing is going to come apart. So I'm going to go ahead, bypass this motor for now. I'll keep working on it in the background, and if I have any breakthroughs with it, of course, I'll feature that on a video. But I'm going to go ahead and find something, at least temporarily, that's got enough oomph to run this drill press and move on with the completion of the drill press project. And get it powered up and get it working. And then if I have success with this old GE KS motor, then of course we will mount it up to the drill press and finale. So with that, I'm going to end this one here. I want to say welcome to subscribers. Channel still growing, getting more new subscribers. Thanks for being here. Feel free to join with us in the comments. Existing subscribers, as always, thanks for sticking around with me. And with that, I'm going to say thanks for watching. We'll see you really soon on the next one. It may be something different. I got a couple of videos in the can that I may release in the interim until I get moving along with the drill press again. So, bye everybody. We'll see you later.